Austin Healey, BJ8 owners, gentlemen, start your engines. We are looking at heritage offering for the BJ8. Undoubtedly the very best upholstery for BJ8s available anywhere in the world, second to none. Yes, gentlemen, I said it out loud. It's the truth, and I hope to prove that in this video. There's many exclusives and offerings that we have for the BJ8 that set heritage apart as the very best, and like I said, I will hope to demonstrate that in this video. What we're going to do is start with a general overview, as I normally do, and then we're going to look at things in detail. I think we first start by talking about significant differences, and I think that you have to start with the materials. So the materials we use are all imported from the UK. They are very, very high quality, especially the leather. This is black is not my favorite color. I like showing our upholstery in colors. It looks more dramatic, but this is to replace the existing video that I may keep below of a right-hand drive Australian order in Magnolia, but it's been overdue to redo the BJ8 with a few new additions. Where was I before I interrupted myself? Materials, leather. It is probably the most important ingredient. We strongly recommend the use of leather interiors for BJ8s, even though the majority came with vinyl. It was always an option from the factory for leather spec BJ8s, and when leather spec was specified, you can see how they did the pleats there on the back of the rear seats. So 9.5 BJ8s that we do out of 10 are leather. In fact, I can't remember the last time we did vinyl. There's lots of advantages for that. It increases the value of a car and retains the value of a car. Most people won't complain about the upgrade to leather in a resale situation. It stays fully half the temperature of the hot vinyl. You jump in those seats in the hot summer's day, and let's face it, anywhere in the world they're summer cars, and you will jump out as fast as you jumped in because it gets extremely hot. There's some other disadvantages of the vinyl spec BJ8s, and one of them is it really is quite, in my opinion, a tacky look. There is no British sports car in the world that even came close to the styling of the interior of the BJ8 with those busy, squared, embossed, HF welded lines into the pleats and the rear panel and quarter panels and so on. And then just to make it even more unusual, let's say, to be polite, they went with the silver piping that was common in the 60s on golf bags and other stuff around the world. I'll explain why I'm showing this blue one later as we get to it. But this is original. We have a pretty substantial stock of the original. And by the way, I'm not encouraging people to do leather because we can't do vinyl. We have a $85,000 HF machine and very expensive tooling to allow us to do the vinyl embossing and the silver piping. So it's not like we can't do it. We can make it exactly as original. But the question is, do you want us to do it? And the answer should be no. One of the big disadvantages, this silver piping, which is original OE, new old stock that we bought here at Heritage many years ago, fades to yellow, fades to gold, yellow. It's not that the silver fades to gold, it's that the plastic on the outside fades to yellow, and then you end up with this gold look, and many people think that that's original for Healey. It is not. It was silver like this. But the minute that goes into the car here, and this one's going to Texas, I believe, it will start to yellow quite rapidly and deteriorate quite rapidly. And then you have to ask yourself the question, why? Why do I want to do that? This customer chose to do it, so we're happy to serve customers whatever they want. I'm just advising what the majority of BJ8 customers do is go with the leather spec. The front seat styling for the way that's sewn together, exactly the same leather and vinyl. So is the rear cushion. The only difference is this panel pleats on the rear seat. And we believe that when the rear seats were spec leather, that the rear quarter panels were not dielectrically heat welded with the squares. They were plain like this, and as they were in the BJ7s. So when the factory did leather, they didn't HF the rear quarter panels. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because you got the squares in this. You used to have the squares across the panel at the back and it all tied in, but when you do it in pleats, then it looks silly to have these with the squares. And not only that, and back to my point about the vinyl, it's a very busy look, to be polite. Now, the leather, the quality of the leather. We use very high quality leathers from the UK in all the original colors, plus about 21 non-original colors are available from Heritage at no extra charge on request. That includes contrast in piping and custom features like this embossing, which we'll look at later. So if you wanted, for instance, biscuit, Jaguar light tan color, like a camel color with dark green piping or blue piping, red piping, contrasting carpet, all available from us at no extra charge. Look at the photographs below this video and you'll see some great examples of color combinations. You can have a lot of fun with the, if you want to move away from the red, black and blue of the originals, you can do a lot of great things. And as I tell people, I get lots of people calling with British Racing Green black interior, and I point out, I can do you black interior, same price as biscuit with dark green piping versus contrast against dark green Wilton wool carpet. Park that car one side of the street, it will draw a crowd. Park the green with black on the other side, it will not draw as big a crowd. Same price, more bang for the buck, more resale, and more fun in many ways, more enjoyable. The lighter colors, of course, also help keep the car cool. So I will finish this long sentence regarding the leather, trust me. From the UK, high quality. We pay a lot of money for this leather, plus we have to air freight it in. There is lots of cheaper leathers available. We have competitors in the world that use cheaper grade leathers, vinyls that are made overseas, Asia and so on, that are close but not the same as original and so on. Take a liberty with materials, and we don't do that. We make it a very high quality and correct materials. The advantage of that is not only does it look as beautiful as you can see it does here when it's finished, that this look will continue to look good as the car is used, and so it's not just how it looks now, it's how it's going to look in 6 weeks time, 6 months time, or 16 months, or try 16 years. So the quality leather lasts a long time, and of course is very comfortable, a great smell and so on. So there's one ingredient that is important. The other is the vinyl. I made mention of it. This is British grade Ambler leather, stretchable vinyls with the exact original grain, and all our panels are supplied this way. Then we continue talking about materials. We have the Armor Cord, which is the PVC coated felt, as you can see here, that for the trunk set. This is currently not bound. I just pulled it from stock. The sewers are catching up with their work to bind 10 sets of these, but I wanted to show you guys anyway. And then finally we have the carpet, and we're proud to offer the carpet in the original Carvel, which is this customer is a well-known Healey restorer in Florida. I'll say his name, why not? Paul Securis. Great guy, stunning work, and big fan of Heritage. So he works to a very high standard and loves as a bigger fan of our product as we are of his work. So Paul's gone with the Carvel carpet. We have this in red, black, and blue. Only red, black, and blue as original. It's a distinctive cornrows. If you're showing your car and you want to score the points with the judges, this is what you pick. It's got this, like I said, cornrow. It's got the jute back, the factory original heel pad with Austin in it, and so on. I'll show you more on the carpet. I'm sidetracking myself with the carpet. I'll show you more when we look at the carpet. But we also offer that in Wilton wool carpet, which most of our customers for BJ8 will pick. And that is available in 13 colors. There it is, all there. Now, actually there's more than 13. There's been lots of new ones added. So about 16 colors, and there's a color in there for everybody. We actually recommend the Wilton wool carpet. It's actually less expensive than the Carvel because it's produced in larger quantities, and it's OE material for our JAG production. Wilton wool is a much, in my opinion, better looking carpet than the original Carvel. So you pick this for originality. You want a better look, and the color choice, you go with the Wilton wool. Okay, I think I'll take a pause here, and we've covered the materials and some basics, and then we'll start to look at things in more detail. But maybe I'll say one last thing before we start to look at that, starting with the carpet and so on, is that this BJ8 interior is laid out here on the bed of our another great advantage of Heritage is this very impressive CAD control cutting machine. This bed is about 7 feet wide, 22 feet long. Here's the head end of the machine, the action end. It's all CAD controlled. It cuts, it punches, it chalk marks. It does all of those things from CAD files. And you get, again, most upholstery shops and competitors don't have this beautiful machine and the advantages that it gives. You can see here CAD file for the BJ8 with all the vinyl. We roll out the black vinyl, red vinyl, whatever you want, press the button, the whole interior is cut out in about a minute and 10 seconds. It's very impressive. Door panels, rear quarter panels, vinyl behind the rear seats. Look at this one here, shifter dome vinyl. That's that little strip of vinyl you'll see around where the shifter is, where the chrome stainless steel finisher is. 20 inches by 20 inches, strips for the vinyl on the seat frames and so on. Every component is there. It helps with absolute accuracy, of course, and repeatable accuracy. So we're very proud of that. All of the panel work that you see is also CNC cut on this machine, as is all the foams and pretty well everything you see. Convertible tops, carpets, so on. So it is a great advantage. We're very proud of it. And you can see here our CAD file for the Carvel carpet, for instance. And the machine, like I said, even puts these chalk lines on as a guide for cutting the rear seats, which are best done on the car itself. Okay, I'll take a pause there, and we'll start to look at things in detail and continue on. As you BJ8 owners know, BJ8 is a blue chip British sports car, and it's certainly one of the nicest Austin Healey models, most desirable. They are not inexpensive cars to restore. And why pick Heritage? Well, when you get to the point of rebuilding engines, painting, and getting to the point of interior, you don't want to blow that beautiful work with a poor quality, well, I'm using my words carefully, let's just say an inferior interior that is going to essentially devalue the car and all your beautiful work. People choose Heritage when they want the best. We're never the cheapest. We don't try to be the cheapest. We're the best. You get what you pay for most things in life. Leather, upholstery, bottle of wine, you name it. It's price driven, and you get what you pay for with most things, so why should upholstery be any different? So it is an investment, but it's a wise investment because you retain the value of your car by adding, and it's the part you enjoy the most, you know. You live with it and you get to enjoy it. You're adding value, and most importantly, you're saving quite a small fortune on a kit that is unconditionally guaranteed to fit and be exactly as original. So we make this to a high standard, guarantee it around the world. There's no adjusting of panels, re-sewing of anything. It fits like a glove and it's guaranteed to do so. Again, that's what you get with a quality product here at Heritage. So let's start to look at some of the things. We looked at the armor core. This isn't bound yet, but all the pieces that are original for the trunk are supplied and bound as required. We have a underfelt set that's supplied with the carpet set. We even supply the snaps, the British-made snaps that hold the carpet in place. All the hardware is supplied. Every piece of carpet original to the car is cut and supplied. Chalk lines that put on, torque box covers that have the vinyl straps ready to go. Even the black snaps to go onto them are supplied. The Austin Healey rubber heel pad as original. We offer and strongly recommend our overmats. There is a video below this one that you'll see of us doing some installs here in beautiful Palm Springs, California. There's a blue car, if I remember, and I feature the overmats. Strongly recommended. Keep your primary mats clean. Use the overmats and use it in matching carpet so it doesn't spoil the look, and then you can clean them, and ultimately they're disposable. So every piece that's original for the carpet set is there. What else? I think we'll clear the table for that so we get a little more room when we start to look at our significant exclusive offering, our Perfectionist panel kit. Okay guys, we're back to look at Heritage Perfectionist panel kit. We get asked a lot, what exactly do you mean by Perfectionist panel kit? Well, the easiest way to describe it is that in our Perfectionist panel kit you get everything as a brand new fully upholstered panel to replace the originals, and every cover that you need for the entire cockpit of the car supplied pre-cut, often with the always with the foam padding that's required underneath, pattern shaped, labeled in a bag, and there's no searching for little bits and pieces that are missing, because it's very, very complete. So it's everything you need for a full color change in the car. We'll start by looking at the panels. Obviously I said brand new panels, so you get brand new door panels. We even supply the panel clips that are new panel clips to use on the door panels. Again, the panel board is CNC cut. You can see how beautiful our work is, how it's reinforced on the back with staples for longevity, not just the glue. Laser cut steel for the front leading edge of the door as it was originally. And then look at that, isn't it just a small work of art? Beautiful. So the door panels are supplied, trimmed, ready to go. They're very difficult door panels to get looking this good. Check out photographs of some of our competitors, and mom and pop shop attempts at this. You'll never see piping as straight as this. This is perfectly straight, immaculately straight. So there we go. There's the door panels. Rear quarter panels, the same. Again, laser cut steel within here. Not using the old ones. We don't need your old ones, so don't send them. We don't need them. And then we have it all beautifully trimmed. And notice how our work on the back of the panel is as good looking as it is on the front. That is our attention to detail. All the guys sign their name with pride, and as it was often done at the factory. Kick panels, again, look at the work, beautiful. Punch pressed, hardboard as original, foam underneath as original. This is an extra, it's not part of the Perfectionist panel kit. We give you the piece of vinyl to recover your old dash as part of the Perfectionist panel kit, but we strongly recommend, and most of our customers get it and choose it, is a brand new dash panel. It's a waste of money to take your the leather, the vinyl for the dash that we supply, and put it on a crappy old deteriorated dash substrate. And 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what a BJ8 dash pad looks like after 50 odd years. So we use the Baltic birch ply, the tool press cut, the 10x fasteners, the T-nuts, left hand, right hand drive. It's set up for, we have both. Brand new hardwood and padding at the front leading edge, and fully upholstered the side panels and so on. And much easier to buy a brand new one than it is to try to recover your delaminated, deteriorated, and also bumpy and distorted. And when you go into all the total interior, you don't want to be looking at a dash pad that you wished you hadn't, that you wished you'd have replaced. Okay, so that is an extra. But let's go back to the main content again. Panels we just covered. But I think what really is significant is this attention to detail. Look at this. This is our center console kit. We have the side pieces of vinyl, the big vinyl for the ski slope, as we call it, at the front, the opposite side. And we even include the 1/4 inch polyfoam that go under the side panels. and then this shape that goes around the switches plate in the middle of the dash. And everything comes in a bag with this label, so it shows you even the piping, which isn't featured here, will be supplied when it gets packed, that goes near the radio frame. And you can see again the hardware bag comes with all the pieces that you need for the snaps and screws and so on. This is the door capping covers. Regardless of the interior color, factory supplied door cappings and dashes in black on black. Obviously Paul gets black, but on colored cars I can on request make these color matching. So if you wanted red with red cappings, or biscuit or beige with cappings matching, and the same with the dash. Most people choose to go with the black, but we've done them in all kinds of colors. This is the door capping covers. Very often this is a good original. Very often yours won't look like this. They will be deteriorated once the foam is ruined. It's difficult to work with. You can send us your cappings, and we have done miracles, and we can refurbish these with good results. But when they're too poor condition, then we can sell you new ones. We have brand new steels, the molded foam. We fully upholster them so they come ready to go. So in the Perfectionist kit, you get the covers. You want the option of the cappings that are on the price list. You'll see them on the quote, and we can add those in. We continue to look at this. Look at the attention to detail. 20 by 20 vinyl ambler to cover around the shift dome. Yes, I showed this. I showed this in the CAD cut. Look at this big piece of vinyl, and all you see is that tiny little 1-inch strip around that raised dome that comes out the center console. Why so big? Well, we're very generous here at Heritage. No, just kidding. It's necessary. It starts off this big because you're pulling it. You need something to grab hold of. It gets trimmed back to be something much smaller, but we are generous with the sizes of materials, so make sure we get the job done nicely. 20 by 20. Everything again labeled. Front seat frame vinyl there, trimmed onto the frames down there. So because Paul, like many of our customers, has us do labor. 12 by 12 vinyl cover for behind A post panel. So there's this one, 12 by 12, and you can see that it goes with the information on the label. You know that you got to glue that on behind the A post panel. Okay, this piece is for behind the handbrake. You can see the Gerber machine cuts this, left that in. Then we got the big piece for the rear deck underneath the rear seats, and even the polyfoam that fits under that, cut to the exact shape, so you're not having to use your old one, which is not recommended. Again, such is the attention to detail with our Heritage product. Okay guys, I think that's it for the Perfectionist panel kit. Let me get some of this cleared, and we'll carry on with some other stuff. Okay guys, as I mentioned, we offer shop labor services, bench work for components that can be sent to us. And for the BJ8, the following components can be sent. You'll see it on your quote. No unknowns as far as cost from Heritage. No shell game with content. No surprises with costs. We quote everything up front. On the quote, you'll see front seat, rear seat, center console, long armrest, the center console itself, as labor rates, including the door capping rebuild if required. So we show that. And the majority of the customers that go with us for a premium product will also go with us for the work on the seats. It is the focal point of the car. BJ8 seats are not easy to do. It is not something for the home restorer to try. You'll be wasting your money, and you certainly won't get these results. It's just impossible. And for most upholstery shops, you're taking your chances. Give out covers 10 different people, end up with 10 different results. Okay, why people send it to us is because what you get for the cost that we charge is the guaranteed results you see. That's what you're paying for. That's what you get. Why risk of results? The difference between what we charge and somebody else is certainly going to be more expensive typically. But what's the point if you saved a buck with that, and they've ruined the interior with wrinkles and other stuff because they're out of their depth with experience. particularly on this rear seat assembly. It's a very difficult thing to get right, but as you can see, we get it right. It's perfect. I cover a lot of stuff that I'm going to mention here in other videos that you can see typically below this video in this section of the web page, or if not, you go to the shop section and you go to the individual pieces. For instance, there's one that shows all the components for the wood here for this frame, and I talk in detail about what makes our heritage offering for this the best, and it's quite substantial, the reasons. You see it for yourself. I won't go into it now. I'm not going to get too deep into this weather equipment, the boot cover. Again, in the Sunfast cloth upgrade here, also available in Everflex. The tonneau cover with the big YKK brass zip, it'll last forever. And the CNC cut-in and reinforcings, and of course our famous convertible top that absolutely fits like a glove. Took us many years to get it right. All cut on the machine. You want to see this in detail, please go see under the shop section, and you can see I go through it in a very detailed way, showing off just how we make this. But I'll give it a little preview there. Look at that beautiful top stitch work. Even better than the factory themselves. There's lots of examples of originals that we've looked at that are nowhere near as good as this. They raced when they put that stuff together. They were given limited time. We have the advantage of the machine that actually chalks the line on, so that the sewers can sew onto the line and get it absolutely perfect. And perfect it is, reinforced with hard Dura plastic. Okay guys, I'm back. That was the battery failing. It is no Hollywood production, as you can see, no Steven Spielberg around here. I sometimes run out of battery, and that's what happens. So, hey, we're not going to let that deter us. I think I pretty well covered the weather equipment and supplying of the hardware and so on. Again, look to the shop section for other videos. You want to see how these look fitted on the car? There's some great still photographs down below the video here. I spoke about the frames that we supply for the rear seats. Very often need replacing. These deteriorate, they rot, and have been damaged over the years. If yours are in good condition, we can certainly reuse them, and occasionally that is the case. If not, we recommend the use of brand new wood components. I go into great detail on some significant differences between what we offer and others, the parts suppliers. I won't mention them, you know who they are. They're not upholstery specialists, and subsequently the components that they offer in this particular case are nowhere near correct, and it's just a waste of money in my opinion. So we've made it right, and it's again detailed in that video. This is a very difficult thing to do, because if it's not done right, essentially this frame does not stow back into this. It jams, and it's got to be precisely trimmed and assembled for the right results. Otherwise it catches and starts to rip the vinyl and so on. Not easy to do. But each piece of wood, like this block on the side and this one, the base plate, has the T-nuts and all the hardware supplied within it, but are trimmed as in covered with vinyl separately, and then assembled separately together. And the assembly with the hardware and so on is extremely difficult to get right. But you can see just how beautiful the guys who have done this with the Carvel carpet in the center. And if, again, another common fault is it binding when you try to close it, and then it doesn't fit in the frame. And so it's well worth sending us or commissioning us to install this for these stunning results. I promised we'd go back to this. Oh, by the way, all these components in here are the Baltic birch ply, the proper stuff, 9mm, and of course the use of the new plywood gives dead straight results that often the originals are distorted. But I want to look at this. It's been quite a popular. I wasn't sure when we were first had to do it, and but it's featured in that video that I mentioned of the install in house, and it's this beautiful blue color, just like the original. But we've done instead of the squares, the customer wanted Jaguar style embossing on the leather, and then they went with the original silver piping, which is, you know, kind of a combination of the vinyl and silver, vinyl and leather. But the results are beautiful. I mean, look at that. It looks fantastic. This is available for us on request. This is the second or third customer that saw the video and said, I want it exactly the same. And again, you see the T-nuts and the new hardware. Look at the work and how dead straight it is. Beautiful. So I'm sure the customer is going to be pleased on this. Another well-known Healey restorer in, where is Craig? Oh my God, I can't remember. Healey Works, there you go. Look them up. All the best guys around the world choose Heritage. Do your homework, you'll see our name coming up. All the best cars. Many times BJ8s for sale will show off that they have a Heritage interior, adds value to the car, such as our reputation. Paul Securus did not send us his console or armrest. I don't know why. He usually does. Not sure why in this particular case, but we strongly recommend. This is not an easy armrest to trim. You get a foam in the kit and the leather cover, and neither is the console. So on your quote you'll see, and down in the photographs below you'll see finished consoles and armrest. But again, we did the rear seats. You can see the tractor seats here, beautifully done with all brand new padding on the inside and hand stitched on the bottom. Look at that, beautiful. And then the vinyl for the angle iron frame is installed as part of the front seat. And then look at these stunning results here for the front seats. Beautiful. Inside this seat is our famous foams. I say famous because there's a lot of really poor fit-in Austin Healey foams. These are our own tooling. We produce them ourselves, not in-house. It's all subcontracted out, but this is molded urethane foam, 25-year life foam. And then we have a supplementary foam kit that's used in conjunction with this that's also recommended, and it'll be on your price list. But, you know, you get these covers, get the foams, get the supplementary kit, get the frames. As I said, hand it to 10 different people, and even 10 different upholsterers, automotive upholsterers, and you'll end up with 10 different results. Okay, so again, what we're offering here at Heritage is the perfect perfection. That's why we use that word. It truly is. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've proved the case. As you can tell by my enthusiasm, I'm the owner here and very proud of what we do. It's our 25th year of business as of 2019. Everything you see is handcrafted here in beautiful Palm Springs, California, for shipment worldwide. We do a lot of business all over the world with right-hand drive, no problem. We speak right-hand drive, Kiwis and Aussies and Brits, no problem. We've sent them all over the world, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Dubai, you name it, we send it. Often through the year, sometimes through the year, I should say, we offer free international shipping. We get some incredible air freight rates to most international airports. And check out that option. It sometimes comes up. It depends on the time of year, but do look into that. Depending on the time of the year, we offer that. Shipping in the US, of course, is at a flat rate with UPS. So there we go. I think I've covered everything. Look down below at work installed here in Palm Springs. Go look at the still photographs for color combinations. If you like a color and you're not sure what it is, just link us the photograph and say third photograph in from the top, and we can identify a few. Free samples of materials and colors sent worldwide at no charge. Again, a firm price quote that we supply on request, and I think I've said it all, and we look forward to hearing from you, and would love to be a part of your BJ8 restoration. Thank you, gentlemen.